annually. Srinivasa Ramanujan was born on December 22nd, 1887, in a Tamil Iyengar Brahmin family in Erode, Madras Presidency. He was a mathematician who was often called as the man who knew infinity. He had no formal training in maths, but was able to solve trigonometry problems just at the age of 12. He went to Trinity College in England, where he was given a lot of credit for his maths contributions. On April 29, 1920, he took his last breath.
Ramanujan compiled around 3,900 results consisting of equations and identities. One of his most treasured findings was his infinite series for pi. This series forms the basis of many algorithms we use today. He gave several fascinating formulas to calculate the digits of pi in many unconventional ways. He made substantial contributions to mathematical analysis, number theory, infinite series, and continued fractions, including solutions to mathematical problems then considered unsolvable. The aim of this celebration is to raise awareness about mathematics amongst people and to increase a positive attitude towards learning maths. On this day, mathematicians, teachers, students are provided training for maths and research different areas of maths. Thank you.
It's no surprise that the discoverer of the magic number 1729 straight is still remembered.
But Bhargav, what's so special about this number?
It is the smallest number expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways.
Wow, I'm really astounded. But now, put on your thinking caps and be ready for some mind-racking questions by Neonica.
My name is and I'm going to be conducting a quiz for grade 6. For the first question, you have to subtract the legal voting age from the sum of the overs in one inning of cricket ODI and the legs of a chair. If anyone knows the answer, they can raise their hand.
Is this for 6th standard or all the standards?
It's just for 6th grade.
Dax Dongre can answer the question.
46.
The correct answer to the question is 36. For the next question, you have to subtract the sum of numbers of players in a cricket team and the colors of a rainbow from the number of spokes in the Ashoka Chakra.
This question can be answered by Priyanshi Ramola.
Priyanshi, you can answer the question.
Yes, the answer is 19.
The answer is actually 20. For the next question, you have to add the number of sons of Dashrath to the days in a week and then subtract the number of seasons in India and finally the result to be added to the jewels in Akbar's court.
This can be answered by Rutajit Chakrabarti.
Is it 11?
The answer is actually 17. For the last question, you have to add up the sides of a coin to the days in a year, then subtract the number of zeros in 1 crore and the result is to be obtained will be added to the number of teeth in human beings.
This question can be answered by Ashlesha.
Is it 400?
The correct answer is actually 392. Thank you for participating.
Thank you, Neonica, for the perplexing questions.
Now, let's gain knowledge about the great Aryabhatta through Amok.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amok Agrawal from 60, and I'll be telling you about Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta was the first of the major mathematician astronomers from the classical age of Indian mathematics and astronomy. Aryabhatta is also known as Aryabhatta the First or Aryabhatta the Elder, was born in the year 476 CE. It is said that he was born in Kusumapura. He studied in the Nalanda University in Pataliputra or Patna. Aryabhatta gave the world the number 0 and the place value system, which made him immortal in the mathematical world. He was one of the first persons to try and use sines and cosines and deciphered the value of pi, in which he was accurate to 3 decimal places. He made incredibly accurate calculations of the length of the day and the year. Aryabhatta explained how movement of celestial bodies was due to the rotation of the earth. His works include 2 very famous books, Aryabhatta and Arya Siddhanta. He died at the age of 74. His legacy can be known by the fact that the first satellite of India, a lunar crater on the moon, and a bacterium found by ISRO in 2009 was named after him. Thank you.
Thank you, Amok, for such a wonderful description of Aryabhatta. Let us now watch a video to learn more about mathematics.
If you find mathematics boring, then it is taught to you by the wrong person. To see the wonders in math, you just need your mind. Mathematics is pure. It does not rust or decay. It only uses your mind to make it work. Mathematics goes beyond the real world. But the real world, everything we see, is ruled by it. Mathematics is a universal language. It does not matter from where you are, which country do you live in, which language you speak. Mathematics is same for everybody. In fact, it could be the link between us and any alien we shall meet. So let me ask you a question. Where did maths come from? Well, nobody is certain about it. But put simply, mathematics may even be a part of us. Even without mathematical training, people can use their fingers to count, can use basic logic to solve things, and can recognize different properties of shapes. Mathematics is logical, fun, and challenging. It as if gives a tonic to your mind to work better. And that's exactly what makes math fun. There is nothing better than working on different puzzles and then getting a breakthrough. Mathematics is applied. It has a wide application in engineering, physics, chemistry, and most of the other sciences. The major discoveries and inventions done by humans have math at their heart, and it is widely used in both information technology and communication. These owe their very existence to mathematics. Accountants, business people use it every day. Weather is predicted using powerful mathematical modeling, and your favorite computer game has a lot of mathematical equations that make it work. Mathematics is an adventure. There are always new things to discover and learn, and it will never fail to amaze you how beautifully it all connects to the other. Of course, math is not always easy, but what's an adventure without challenges? Use that tonic for your brain. Enjoy math.
Math is like a game. The much you practice, the better will it become. Likewise, life is also a game. The more you savor the moment, the better you become.
So now it's time for some baffling questions by Harshit Singh Jadeja.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Harshit C. Jadeja. the quiz master for the students of grade 7. So, let's play the quiz. The first question is, you have to add the months in a Hindu calendar to the sum of the three angles of triangle and subtract the number of spider's legs from it. So, once you have reached the answer, please raise your hand.
Grade 7 students can answer these questions.
Yes, Rajesh Patki can answer this question.
I think so. It should be 184.
Okay, let's check whether you are correct or not. Very good. This is the correct answer. So, the correct answer will be the months in a Hindu calendar is 12 plus the sum of three angles of a triangle, which is 180, minus the spider's legs, which is 8. Hence, the answer comes 184. Now, let's forward to the next question. The second question is on your screens. It is, you have to add the seconds in a minute to the degrees in a protractor and subtract the right angle from it. Yes, Sayan Das can answer this question.
510.
Okay, let's check. It's wrong, but no problem. Let me explain. The seconds in a minute is 60. The degrees in a protractor is 180 minus the right angle, which is 90. So the answer comes 150. No problem. Let's do the next question. The third question is on your screen. You have to add the days in a week to the number of Tirthankars and subtract the total of numbers on the dice. So, start thinking and give the answer. Yes, Charvi Hirawat can answer this question.
25.
Let's check. It's wrong, but no problem. Let me explain. The days in a week is 7 plus the number of Tirthankars, which is 24, minus the total of numbers of dice, which is 21. So the answer comes 10. Now let's forward to the last question of this quiz. The question is, you have to add the number of years in a platinum jubilee to golden jubilee and subtract the number of years of silver jubilee from it. Let's see who answers first. Okay, Palash can answer this question.
125.
Okay, let's see whether it's correct or not. But no problem. Let me explain. The number of years in platinum jubilee is 75 plus in golden jubilee it's 50 minus in silver jubilee it's 25 years. So after doing the solving, the answer comes 100. Thank you so much for actively participating in this quiz.
Thank you, Harshit. Those were some great questions. And now I would like to call upon Romit to enlighten us with a small description about Shri Bhaskaracharya.
Good morning, everyone. I am Romit Sen from 7. India has had a long legacy of extraordinary teachers and scholars who had immense knowledge about mathematics and astronomy. These extraordinary scholars are too many to count. I am going to speak about just one amongst the many, Bhaskaracharya. Bhaskar was born in the year 1114 in Bijapur in Karnataka. He was an Indian mathematician and astronomer and is known as the greatest mathematician of medieval India. He helped disseminate the mathematical work of Aryabhat. He was the one who declared that any number divided by 0 is infinity and that the sum of any number and infinity is also infinity. He He is also famous for his book, Siddhant Shiromani, which has laid foundations for many theories in algebra and arithmetic. His contribution to the field of mathematics definitely needs to be lauded and appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you for the questions, Romit.
Now for grade 8. Gear up, friends, because Harsh Jain is about to come with some mind-boggling questions.
Hello everyone, myself Harsh Jain from grade 9C. Here there are questions for grade 8. The first question. Here comes the first question. These are all picture-based questions and you need to find the question mark. Grade 8 students are supposed to answer this question. Please raise your hand to answer. Grade 8 students. Yes, Khan. Please answer.
Is the answer 14?
Let's check. Very correct. Now let's jump to the next question. Which among the following number replaces the question mark? Look at the numbers given and you need to find the question mark. This is for grade 8. Someone else? Yes, Manasvi. Can you repeat?
23.
Let's check. It's correct. This was a list of prime numbers from 1 to 25. So the missing number was 23. The next question. You need to look at the picture and find out the question mark. Please raise your hands to answer. Please raise your hands to answer. Or let me tell you this one. The answer for this question is 180. When you add 6 plus 16 into 7, you will get 180. The last question for this quiz. Please juggle up your minds and find this one. Raise your hands to answer. Yes, Prem, please answer.
Is the answer 15? No. Yes, 15.
Let's see. Doesn't matter. The answer is 26. When you multiply 4 into 5 and add 6 to it, you will get 26. Thank you.
Well played, 8th standard.
Mathematics is an important part of our life, and to know about its legends is also very fascinating.
Absolutely, Ridya. So, now I would like to call upon Swarupa to enlighten us about the human computer, Shakuntala Devi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Swarupa and I will tell you about Shakuntala Devi. She was an Indian mathematician, writer, and in fact, a mental calculator. She was born in Bangalore, Karnataka on 4th November 1929. Her mathematical abilities were discovered when she was 3 years old by her father while teaching her a card trick. Later on, she displayed her math abilities in the University of Mysore, in colleges and audiences without any formal education. She attained universal fame when she demonstrated her ability to multiply two random numbers of 13 digits and give the correct answer in just 28 seconds. Hence, she won a place in the 1982 edition of the Guinness Book of World Records. She wrote a number of books, including novels about mathematics, puzzles, astrology, and cooking. She was popularly known as the human calculator, but she did not like it. She said, human mind has incomparably much capabilities than the computer, and it is not appropriate to compare human mind with computers. Once she even proved the computer's question wrong. Psychologist Jensen wrote the following about Shakuntala Devi. Her peculiar ability is indeed rare, perhaps one in hundreds of millions. Some kind of motivational factor that sustains enormous and prolonged interest and practice in a particular skill probably plays a larger part in extremely exceptional performance, he wrote in his report. Thus, she created history in the world of maths. Let's pay a tribute to her on this National Mathematics Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Swarupa. I'm sure that everyone got to learn something new from your speech today.
Absolutely, Ridya. Let us all now watch a video to learn more about such brilliant mathematicians and their spine-tingling contributions. People always have a thirst for exploring new things by the spirit of inquiry and curiosity. So, wouldn't it be challenging to have another cycle of curiosity test?
No wonder. You really stole my words. Let's call upon Vyakhya from grade 9 for a fun quiz.
A very warm welcome to one and all present here. Myself, Vyakhya Soni, and I am going to present before you a fun brain teaser for all the ninth graders. So without wasting any further time, let me introduce you to the rules. The upcoming questions will be all picture-based one. So all you have to do is observe the picture and answer the questions. The participants who wishes to answer the question can raise their hands. You will be given a certain time limit to answer the question. And at last, I would like to say that enjoy the quiz. So here we have the first question. How many blocks can you find in the below figure? And your time starts now.
Purnima can answer this question.
Is it 9?
Let's see. Yes, absolutely correct. The answer is 9. And now let's see how did we derive the 9 blocks.
There's just one block on the top row. As for middle row, it has 2 blocks that we can see and one that's hidden supporting the top one. The bottom row has 2 hidden blocks and 3 obvious ones. And that's how we get 9 blocks. Ta-da!
Moving on to the next question. Can you count the number of squares in the figure? And your time starts now.
Ashrita can answer this question.
That's right. So now let's see how did we get the answer. Great going. Coming on to the next question. For this question, you're having 30 seconds. So think and answer. Time's rushing. Hurry up.
Apratim can answer this question.
Is it 10?
Okay, let's see the answer. Oh, never mind. Let's see how did we get that answer. Moving on to the last question. How many circles can you find in the below picture? This is kind of a tricky one, so be careful. And the time's up.
Akshata can answer this question.
4. Yeah, is it?
Akshata.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I am telling, are there 6?
Okay, let's see the answer. Oh, never mind. The answer is 10. Now let's see how did we get the answer as 10.
When I asked you to look for circles, I was talking about the whole image, text included. There are 4 O's in the question, in how, do, you, and about. No, we're not cheating. Then there's a question mark and an exclamation mark, both of which have round dots in them. Add the 3 obvious circles and you get 10.
That's all for now. Thank you so much for actively
When I ask you to look for circles.
Well played, grade 9.
Ridya, in the beginning of the event, we learned about the great mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan. So, wouldn't it be amazing to learn more about him?
Absolutely, Bhargav. So let's call upon Omkar to acquaint us about him.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, I, Omkar Kulkarni from 9D, am given a chance to speak about the great mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan. What is the sum of all natural numbers? This very question had popped out in the 19th century. The sum of all natural numbers is -1 divided by 12, and this is known as the famous Ramanujan summation. Srinivasa Ramanujan, born on 22nd December 1887, was an Indian mathematician who lived during the British rule in India. Though he had almost no formal training in pure mathematics, he made substantial contributions to mathematical analysis, number theory, infinite series, and continued fractions, including solutions to mathematical problems which were then considered unsolvable. During his short life, Ramanujan independently compiled near 3,900 identities and equations, including the Ramanujan prime, Ramanujan theta function, partition formulae, and mock theta functions, which now have inspired a vast amount of further research. On 1st October 1892, Ramanujan was enrolled in the Kangayan Primary School in Kumbakonam. By 14th, he received merit certificates for academic awards which continued throughout his school career. He became one of the youngest fellows of the Royal Society and only the second Indian member and the first Indian to be elected as a fellow of the Trinity College, Cambridge. He completed mathematical exams in half the allotted time and showed a familiarity with geometry and infinite series. Ramanujan showed how to solve cubic equations in 1902 and developed his own method to solve the quartic equations. He had his work published in the famous Journal of Indian Mathematical Society. Ramanujan spent nearly 5 years in Cambridge, publishing some part of his findings there. Ramanujan's work influenced G.H. Hardy, and he defined the magic number also, which is 1729. He found that the number 1729 is special. Why? Because it is the only number which can be expressed as the sum of cubes of two numbers in two different ways. Isn't that amazing? Ramanujan gave a foundation to modern mathematics and solved some of the mysterious questions in maths. But unfortunately, we lost him on 26 April 1920 when he was of 32 years of age at Kumbakonam in the Madras Presidency. Thank you.
Thanks for the great description, Omkar.
Yes, Ridya, that was an astounding description. I would now ask Monarch to share the takeaway from this event.
Okay, so friends, when I say math, what comes to your mind? Most of you will say calculations plus formulae, which is equal to no application. So, I, Monarch Chauhan, am here to speak on where math is applied in real life. You will all be amazed to see how math emerges in almost everything. So, we see the very first trigonometric concept being used here, the angle of elevation in planes. The angle of elevation is the angle formed between your height from the ground level and the line of sight. The takeoff of an airplane makes use of Bernoulli's principle. And what about its calculation? Of course, math is involved. All my dear home bakers would relate to this picture, making use of the concept of ratio and proportion. Well, unless you fit in every ingredient properly, tell me friends, how do you get the best cake? Certainly not. It's all about getting the right proportion. My mom loves baking. She looks for many recipes over the internet. And I often ask her, how do you know one cup is which cup? So here you go. Using math, you calculate the volume and the circumference of three-dimensional objects. And when you want that cake onto your plate, you rotate it 180 degrees and then you only immerse yourself into all the flavors. Yum! Think of all these runners. Their best time is calculated over a given speed. Yes, speed, distance, and time are three very important concepts. Launching of rockets and their force calculated, all of it is math. You need to get all statistics, right? The stocks, oil, currencies, everything we require to understand the progress of a city. And many such other significantly huge quantities make use of statistical calculations. the calculation of frictional force again requires math. So, if you still think math is equal to no application, then friends, it's high time you rethink.
Thank you, Monarch. I will now request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Very good afternoon.
Good
Teachers and students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. National Mathematics Day is celebrated with a great zeal and zest. Children, you were very confident and very well presented, and everything was under the guidance of the maths teachers. Maths department, well done. And I liked the way the quiz program was conducted, the explanation given by the students to the derivation of the answers. That was wonderful. And more than that, all mathematicians' life story and their contribution, everything was well explained by the students. And the application of mathematics, that also was well done. As a whole, it was a very wonderful program. Well done, students, as well as the maths department. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Every journey has its end. Every path stops somewhere. With this, we come to an end of this event. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.